Hey everyone, welcome back to Rev Games Academy. In today's video, we'll be diving into Unity's particle system, one of the most powerful tools for adding stunning effects to your game. Whether you want to create fire, smoke, explosions, or magical spells, particle systems can bring your visuals to life. In this video, we'll cover the basics of the particle system and how to tweak the settings to create awesome effects. Before we dive into the settings, let's quickly understand what a particle system is. It is a powerful tool in Unity used to create dynamic visual effects. It works by combining many small individual visual elements, known as particles, into a larger cohesive effect. These particles, often represented as small images or textures, are rendered in a way that simulates complex phenomena. By tweaking the settings of a particle system, you can achieve a wide variety of stunning and interactive visual effects. To effectively work with particle systems, it's essential to understand their main components: particles. As we already knew, these are the individual visual elements that collectively form the effect. Emitter, the source from which particles are spawned. It controls the spawning behavior, including the rate and location of particle emission. Modules, configurable components that define various properties of the particles, such as their shape, speed, color, and size. Each module allows fine-tuning of specific aspects of the effect: lifetime, the duration for which a particle remains active before disappearing. This determines how long the particle is visible in the scene. Materials. These define the appearance of the particles, using textures and shaders to control how they look and interact with light. As we have learned about the key concepts, let's start by setting up a basic particle system. To do this, simply go to the Hierarchy panel in Unity, right-click, and select Effects. In there, select Particle System. This creates a default particle system in the scene, and you'll see particles being emitted in a cone-shaped pattern by the emitter. As we zoom in, we can clearly see the exact point where the particles begin to emit. Let's take a look at the Particle System Inspector. This is where we'll tweak all the properties for our particle system. If you want your particle system to keep repeating, toggle the looping checkbox on. If you want it to play only once, you can turn this off. Next is the duration, which determines how long the particle system will play. If looping is enabled, the duration defines one complete cycle of the system. By default, it's set to 5 seconds, meaning the particle system restarts every 5 seconds. If you disable looping and adjust the duration value, you'll notice the system only plays for the specified time. The start lifetime determines how long each individual particle will live before it disappears. A shorter lifetime makes the particles fade quickly, and a longer lifetime makes them last longer. Size controls how big each particle is when it starts. A smaller value will give you tiny particles, and a larger value will give you bigger ones. The start speed affects how fast the particles move when they're emitted. This is great for controlling how explosive or slow moving your particles are. Now let's add some color. To do this, we can use the Color Over Lifetime module. This allows us to make our particles change color over their lifetime. For example, you can make smoke gradually fade from dark gray to transparent, or a fire effect that transitions from yellow to red to orange. To add a specific color effect at the start of particle emission, you can use the Start Color property. You can also blend two colors to create a gradient effect, adding more variety and vibrancy to your particle system. Alternatively, use the Color by Speed module to dynamically change the color based on particle speed. Another important feature is adding forces to our particles. This can make them react to gravity, wind, or other forces. For instance, in the Force Over Lifetime module, you can adjust the force that's applied to each particle over its life, making them sway or get pushed in a direction. You can also manipulate gravity in the gravity modifier field to make particles fall faster or slow them down. Some of most frequently used modules are Emission module, controls the number of particles spawned over time or at specific bursts. Shape module You can choose shapes like a sphere, cone, box, or even a custom mesh. If you switch the shape to a sphere, you'll notice particles scattering outward uniformly in all directions. Each shape provides a distinct emission behavior, allowing you to customize the way particles are released. This module is crucial for tailoring the overall look and feel of your particle effects, as it controls the shape of the emitter, as we just saw. Let's bring everything together and create a simple smoke effect. We can adjust the start size, speed, and lifetime, tweak the emission rate, and apply color changes. We'll also add some force so that the smoke rises upward and dissipates. As you can see, with just a few adjustments, we've created a smooth, realistic smoke effect. So, to recap, we've covered the key concepts of Unity's particle systems. Particles, the building blocks of any effect. Emitter, the source that spawns particles. Modules, configurable tools to shape and control the particle's behavior. Lifetime, the duration for which each particle remains active. Materials, used to define the appearance of your particle. Unity Technologies has provided these free packages to help users understand the particle system. The Legacy Particle Pack contains a variety of effects and is designed to work specifically with Unity's built-in render pipeline, while the newer Particle Pack offers more advanced effects but does not support the built-in render pipeline in most Unity editors. For those unfamiliar, the built-in render pipeline is Unity's default one. It is a general-purpose pipeline with limited customization options. On the other hand, the Universal Render Pipeline, URP, is a scriptable render pipeline that allows for quick customization and optimized graphics across multiple platforms. While the high-definition render pipeline HDRP supports cutting-edge high-fidelity graphics for high-end platforms. We will cover the render pipeline in another video, but for now, just remember that it determines how graphics are rendered in Unity. Another key difference is that the new Particle Pack includes effects with high-definition visuals, making them more suitable for modern, high-fidelity projects, whereas the Legacy Particle Pack does not offer the same level of visual detail. However, apart from the visual improvements, the core principles and techniques for creating and working with effects remain the same in both packs. And that's a quick intro to Unity's particle systems. As you can see, particle systems are an essential part of making dynamic and immersive visuals in your games. There's a lot more you can do, from using sub-emitter systems to rendering particles with meshes. So get creative and experiment with different settings to create your own effects. Keep in mind, the particle system in Unity is a massive and versatile tool. What I've shared here is just the starting point, a spark to ignite your creativity. From here, it's up to you to fan the flames and explore the incredible effects you can create. The power to transform this spark into a fire of innovation lies in your hands. If you have any questions or want to see more advanced tutorials, let me know in the comments. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.